political, and religious motivating force among the people of the planet in all 9 areas of activity: economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and more. That covers just about everything that any person, minute by minute, might be doing or engaged in, any time of day or night, anywhere on the planet. Oh, yes, that's why as I become aware of things, because the white supremacists is always coming up with something, some refined way of practicing white supremacy. Once you get something started, you keep trying to improve it. That's whether you're making an airplane or a motor car or a lawnmower or a telephone. I mean, improvements have been made. So the white supremacists understand that universal principle. Once you get something going, you start looking at it and double checking it and whatnot and say, I wonder if I can improve this. So the white supremacists are always trying to improve on the system of white supremacy to make it what? More powerful, more refined, more smooth in its operations. It used to be they just walked around all day, or rode around all day looking for a black person to lynch in order to keep them in place. Now and then, they will kill a black person here and there. Most of the day, they got black people killing each other. That's a part of the smooth operation. Hey, somebody figured out some time ago. Why not just put them in a frame of mind where they have hostility toward each other and plant that seed in the schools and everywhere else where they become rebellious against the teacher and whatnot because the teacher's not teaching anything that they think they can use. And then next thing you know, that spills into the streets, and then they carry it into the streets, and then they start glorifying it in their songs and whatnot, mistreating each other.
Oh, good day, family. I just want to finish this video right here.
Cutting each other up on Saturday night, like they did in the Northwestern Hemisphere and other places. In the old days, they used knives and razors. You just did regular ritual. Black people go out, get drunk, start a fight, and kill each other on Saturday night. And then back to the mines, back to the plantations, back to the farms and whatnot, back to the factories on Monday. Okay? And a lot of songs reflected that.
Yeah.
And actually, some of them urged it on, like this is part of black culture. That's what we do. Saturday night is get drunk and kill each other night. Okay? And then go to church on Sunday morning and ask for forgiveness. And then back under the slave master's job on Monday. That was the sequence. Mm-hmm. And so the white supremacists thought of doing all this. Why? Because, hey, they don't let anything happen that they're not orchestrating one way or another or steering it. That's the way the system, the prison system of white supremacy works. Yeah. So that's just it. They refine it as they go along. Now, some people have said they've seen some cartoons of my work on the internet that have been presented, and that it pretty well embellishes what I have been trying to say in my textbooks. And to the extent that it does that, well, that has been, from what I understand, some people reported to me a plus. Because they didn't understand what I had written very well, but when they saw those cartoons that just repeated what I was saying, and
it resonated,
attaching my name to it, and came right out of the book, the material did, they say that they better understood it. And I can understand that because people are kind of visual, particularly in the year 2021 now.
Good day and gratitude, family. Y'all want to finish this video right here? You know we love Neely Fuller. Let's just let it skip. Because all of this is pertinent to us today. We can't deny it. Oh. Was that the end of that video?
One way or
said
another
10
are
minutes.
steering it. That's the way the system, the prison system of white supremacy works. Yeah. So that's just it. They refine it as they go along.
Yep.
Some people have said they've seen some
Yep, they
cartoons
refine it
of
as
our
they go along.
On the internet that have been presented. And it pretty well embellishes what I have been trying to say in my textbooks. And to the extent that it does that, well, that has been, from what I understand, some people reported to me a plus. Because they didn't understand what I had written very well. But when they saw those cartoons that just repeated what I was saying and attaching my name to it, and it came right out of the book, the material did, they say that they better understood it. And I can understand that because people are kind of visual, particularly in the year 2021 now, more visual than ever.
Oh, yeah, I think that was it. I think that our people are really, yeah, that was it. It just ended up being a longer video than what they had recorded. But I think that our people are easier to resonate with the cartoon fashion because we aren't able, our attention span isn't that long and it isn't that in depth for the comprehension if it isn't put in a, in a way we can receive it. And I think that's why the masses really wasn't receiving it until our brilliant family put it in cartoon fashion. How brilliant is that? And everybody can watch it. We can watch it. The babies can watch it. Our elderly can watch it. They will love it. I mean, let's just start putting it on. What else we looking at? I went over to a neighbor's house today, and what were they looking at? Andy Griffith. Looking at Andy Griffith. I wasn't finna stay there long. No, I visited for a few minutes, but I put it on Defiant Lawyers Network. I sure did. Mm-hmm. Yes, I did. If I'm finna sit over here, if I'm finna sit over here, we ain't finna be looking at that because I can go home. Now we going through too much to willingly, dedicatedly remain in the ignorance. Ain't that what brother Dr. Ray Hagen's calling dedicated ignorance? Yeah. And I'm beginning to tell my friends, family, how it is with me. Because you can let me go. You sure can, honey. You can let me go this day, this age, right now. You ain't got to act like you got to tolerate face. No. And it's so good to see y'all again. I'm glad I'm up. Because lately I just been like, if I get under them blankets and stuff, it's a wrap. It is a wrap. If I do any reading, it be to myself. But I'm glad that I'm up so we can, at least read a little bit tonight. Because I really want us to finish this book. And, it's so much going on. Yeah, I want to just, I want to stay consistent. Because I'm learning just as much as I want to teach with this. I mean, and my learning is, y'all, it's expanding from the books through y'all comments. I have other books to buy. Where's my list at? That we can read. And I need to get them all together and put them here. See, I have so many books on this right here so we can read, we can learn and we can, find out why we can't unite. What's really holding us back from being there for each other? Because, y'all, we are right on the brink of hell. I don't know. One of their wars or something. We've been in a war with their ass. But I don't know the way they talking, honey. They done fucked the whole world up. White folks done fucked the whole world up. America shot to hell. Yeah, this country is shot to hell. The only thing we can do right now at this point is save ourselves and our babies. Try to make the future better for them. Not leave them in this mess that's being created right before our lives. Look outside. You can see it every day when you be out and stuff. You know, I used to take pictures of them big old 5G towers on my old Facebook page. Oh, yeah. I'm like, what the hell is these big chandeliers? And what are they for? You know, until an elderly man told me that those were military weapons. Yep. But then, of course, you know, everybody's like, no, that ain't what it is, face. You know, they harmless until they turn them on. They humming now, I believe. But, you know, the 5G structure, it's got a whole nother system, y'all. I think everything is going to connect to 5G, like the Internet of Things and stuff. The chips, the robot dogs, the flying cars, everything, the drones, everything is going to have its own frequency. Running off of this 5G, them big, huge chandeliers. I mean, they tall. They are, wow. Can you see cars running into that stuff? Running into them damn 5G towers? And they got to put smaller antennas in our neighborhoods. I got the papers and stuff when I was writing down a lot of stuff on that. And from my understanding and stuff, it's these huge towers that's going to have a huge circle, the ripple. It's going to be really big. And those ripples are going to reach each other. You know, and in our communities, they got to put small towers. You can see them now on some light poles downtown in the cities and stuff. They look like speakers, but they're not speakers. They're antennas. So in our communities, they got to have smaller antennas, probably like every half a block or every block and a half, I guess. I forgot what it was, but yeah, they not done. They not done with that, you know. So it's like those 5G towers are going to be the huge on and off button. But what's really operating them? You know, I don't know. I'm just surprised I even noticed any of this stuff. But when it's your time to wake up, you start noticing stuff. It'll be something that'll cue you in, you know, let you know that, hey, something ain't right here. You know, you wasn't a total failure. You know, you failed everybody. You know, it was a reason. It was everything happens for a reason. And it's time to wake up now. So, you know, we wake up to whatever it is. You know, we accept it and we get in place. We get our ass in place. Yep, I guess that's what it is. Being accountable. Be accountable for what you done did, what's done happened in your life. Be thankful and grateful that we still here and that we know better. Because ain't that what y'all say? When you know better, you do better. See, I be listening and stuff. I be listening. Oh, and I want to tell y'all before I get started and stuff. I've been going to y'all pages and stuff. I've been going to y'all pages and stuff. And what I come to realize is that y'all pages are for my knowledge. See, everybody page that I went to and stuff, and I subscribe to the few that I went to, and I'm going to be going to them and stuff, because it's knowledge that I'm interested in. You know, and it's like, wow, I'm really here to talk to people that don't know, or people that don't know. That's who I'm here to talk to. But you guys are welcome to stay, because I want to learn everything you got to teach about cosmology, numerology, biology, you know, ecology, everything. And sister, I know I was listening to you earlier and stuff, and you were saying that it's 2 Civil Rights Act. I said, oh, my ancestors, where is it? Was it 1888 and 1964? 1866 and 1964. So, you know, I'm okay with that. I'm cool with that. Yeah, I follow y'all, you know, that resonate with me. You can't be calling us be bitches and hoes and stuff and think I'm going to follow you nowhere, because you ain't really got nothing for me to learn. You ain't got nothing for me to learn. So, you know, I ain't going to stick around and stuff. But, you know, y'all teaching and stuff, and that's exactly what I want to learn too. Who did I hear? Somebody said that if you want to understand something about life, you got to understand the frequency, the vibrations. I put it up somewhere. I guess I took it down, though. But yeah, you know, so yeah, a couple of y'all and stuff, y'all subscribe, because that's right up my alley. That's what I like to talk about. That's what I like to learn about. I spend my time with it. You know, when I be by myself and I'm free to do what I want to do with my time. So, you know, when I do work, you know, I have to work. I didn't know, you know, that is more to life for us than working. That's why y'all got to start, you know, telling y'all children and stuff about the businesses and stuff. You know, even if it is fun and stuff, can you make me a cup of tea with your tea set and I'll pay you $5? You know, little stuff like that and stuff. But y'all already know. Ooh, now I gotta find the people that don't know. But like I said, y'all welcome to stay and stuff. You know, I don't know. Is this where I share my stuff? Well, I'm just gonna keep on going like this until my ancestors tell me what to do next. But yeah, gratitude to all of y'all. Wow. Let me see where he coming from anyway. Oh, he way down there. If he'd have been in one of them flying cars, he would have been no made it to help whoever he going to help. This foolishness, all this foolishness, it don't make no sense. I just really want to help save my people. I want to help save my people when they block off the sun or whatever they got planned. I want us to be able to hold hands. I want us to be able to generate the light that's within us. See, I don't know all this stuff, but I know that it's possible. And when they block off that sun up there, you know, if it don't blow up because they done genocided everybody, all the melanated people. But when they block up that sun up there, we can't be cast into darkness, y'all. Like that movie Blade, I seen part 1. We can't be cast into darkness. If we're going to be cast into darkness, can you imagine who's going to be around us? We're going to have to be able to, you know, generate the light, the electricity in us, the energy in us, so we can at least see. We'll have some beam of light, you know, to be able to navigate through it and stuff. Oh, honey, I don't know how to explain what I see could be a scenario, but I see different scenarios. You know, I'm just calling on, you know, the spirit come on through, ancestors come on back. If we just call on the ancestors, if that's all we do, call on them and thank them, then we'll get like a spiritual growth. You know, how like, you know, when you do certain things in life, you get spiritual growth. Like when you age, you know, you get spiritual growth. When you study and stuff, you know, and you achieve that goal, it's like you just get a push, a spiritual growth. You know, and I'm just convinced we're ready for one. We are due. We're so due, ancestors, for a spiritual growth. And I'm just so thankful to be alive and to be on the right side. You know, right. Yes. I am Face the Nation, and we are on Bolden Unchained. And we are here, you already know, to assist Black America and Black media with the uncovering of the many agendas, events, projects, operations, laws, bills, acts, compromises, codes, courses, studies, experiments, so many. It makes me think that the whole turning of the world, it revolves on us. It revolves on us. When you dig up under everything, that bottom line right there, that bottom, that energy that's propelling everything is Black America. Black people, melanated people. That's why it expands all over this globe. But I just focus on the United States of America because I just got here. You know, and I want to know first and foremost why we hate each other right here. Even this book that we started out, it's racial violence in United States. The other one was Red Summer. And then there was racial violence in Kentucky, 1865 to 1940, right out of the plantation. As soon as we stepped our foot off of that plantation, it was on. The chase was on. You know, but we persevered because by 1919 and 1920, we had Black Wall Streets. We were self-sufficient. Yes, we were so stable and grounded. We were with each other. Them were our greatest times. Them was our great times. We never had another great time like them. Because after that, everybody left and shop. You read it in the books? Well, I've been reading it in the books. You have too. Y'all done read it in the books. I think he said in Tulsa, Oklahoma, it was 10,000 black people that fled Tulsa, and all of them was in shock. Can you imagine the pregnant women? The babies was in shock. The infants, little kids, the elderly people were in shock. That's why brother was saying on that video that his grandmother, when she seen about the Trump revoking the Civil Rights Act, she started crying and stuff because she was in shock. She remembered that shock from then. And it's like it just, So yeah, we here because I want to know. I want to uncover all of this. And I want to condemn it. I am condemning. I don't forgive nothing. I don't give mercy for nothing that was done to my ancestors, then or today. Those we find out today, like a couple years ago, we found out when Carolyn Bryan said she was lying about Emmett Till. But she lived her whole life in Kentucky. Somewhere in Kentucky with her son or somebody. Yeah, they said she had cancer or whatever and stuff, I didn't really get all off into it and stuff. I knew her ass was lying. They should have went and got her. And that's what people were saying. They should have went and got her when they found out where she was at. But of course they were like, she dying anyway. She got cancer and stuff. But what the hell does that matter? It's people in prison now. Got cancer in prison. That's how white America always do. There ain't no sincerity for us. And so, yeah, we here and I'm finna condemn all of that. Yeah, I have to say this. I am not looking through a religious lens. Not here. Not about this. No, I'm looking through the real text that deals with why we like this with each other, why we hating each other, why we can't get along with each other. And I don't think the Bible is going to help with that. No, I don't think the Bible is going to help us with that. It ain't nothing I can say as far as the Bible concerned that these pastors ain't already said. Ain't even a different way I can put it. Although I will when I get a Bible. But for healing, for racial reconciliation, like that pastor was saying, and for our reconciliation with each other, our healing with each other, the Bible ain't for neither one of those. This textbook is for all of that. I don't agree. I don't agree with you and stuff. Yep. Somebody should have been no said it then. Somebody should have been no said it and did it then, because now we got a whole new curriculum to deal with us getting healed. Yep. Well, other people got the same curriculum and stuff. Mine just might be a little different. But yeah. You still can find who you looking for out there and stuff. I'm really the last one here, And true, I ain't never read the Bible before. I know some scriptures and stuff. I got my own scriptures wrote down over there. And the first one, when I get a Bible, I want us to look at is slaves, obey your master. And don't you question your master about your lot in life. I got my little few scriptures that I have wrote down about that too. But in my heart, that's not why I'm here, to use the Bible for no healing on nothing. Not against white people and not for us. I'm here to use this right here. Yeah, to get to our healing. That Bible, y'all been holding it for a long time, been talking on it, preaching on it stuff, and you ain't brought us no healing. So let me do mine my way. And you go leave. You can leave, be free to leave, and I'll come visit you sometime on your channel. Because I don't want you even here swaying nobody to forgive white America for what they've done. White America been forgiven and done got mercy since we got off the plantation. They never even answered for the slavery. Now y'all don't want them to answer for it after slavery. So see, we it's okay to agree to disagree. But I appreciate you just be quiet then. Because I'm not trying to have nobody forgive nobody if it ain't our ancestors. Right here. The forgiveness belongs to us. That's it and that's all. You can give some of it to John Brown if you want to, because he in heaven fighting racist white people right now. Yep, he up there fighting William Joseph Simmons, the man that revived the Ku Klux Klan in 1915. 1915, he said that he went up on Stone Mountain He had made a speech and everything. Him and 15 of his friends on Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving of this year, I want y'all to think about it when you having your turkey and stuff. At the same time you take that bite of turkey and then that bite of dressing, I want you to think about William Joseph Simmons standing up on Stone Mountain, giving his speech to revive the Ku Klux Klan. They Christianed it. That's what you call, when you go do the little ceremony stuff. I guess he calls himself Christian. So, yeah, that's when that happened. So, I don't even want it up in here. I don't believe none of our ancestors is in heaven except for the ones that give mercy and forgiveness to white folks. Yep, them white folks that did all this cruel shit. Them. Yeah, I believe that the black people that did forgive them and stuff, and that's, I don't know, still trust them. They might be up there in heaven. But those who know, say like the victims, John Hartfield, Jeff Brown, Jesse Thornton, Leo Frank. Ain't none of them in heaven with these people. Stop lying on our people. Stop lying on our ancestors. They are not in heaven with these same demons. I'm kind of glad I ain't never read the Bible if it's going to make me think that. Trap my people, my ancestors on earth and in heaven forever. That don't even make no sense. That do not make no sense. So yeah, we looking through a spiritual lens of loyalty. Faith. Who you faithful to? Who are you loyal to? See, Black America, it's time to stop all the games and stuff. We ain't got time to be lying and faking the funk no more. Nope, we are at the end of it. This the end of round 3. We probably skip round 4 and go straight to round 10 or however far it go. Because we don't waste so much time. I mean, I used to hear that, white folks stay like 2 or 3 steps ahead of us. Shit, they like 5, 6, 7 steps ahead of us. I mean, they got so many agendas going back 20, 25 years against us. And I kind of feel like, damn, this is the longest grudge that I ever knew in my life. And I really can't even see why we warranted any of this. Why did we even deserve any of this? It don't really make sense to me. And for us to be so forgiving, y'all, we so forgiving. These folks don't even ask us for forgiveness, and we just forgive them. White folks, that's who we talking about. Racial violence in the United States. Now, when somebody write the book about all the other people being over here acting like white America in the United States, then we probably gonna read that too. Yeah, because they over here and they act just like white America towards black people. Yeah, they do. All of them do. Yeah. That's how they do. So yeah, we look through a spiritual lens of loyalty because we need to know who are we loyal to. See, Black America, it's time for us to be loyal to us now. Can't we see that everybody is stacked against us? Honey, it's just a matter of time before everybody shift their focus from over here, the oppression. Oh yeah, they already freaking out and stuff. What about when they got to boil water, eat noodles or something? Oh, honey, they ain't even ready. No, poor things. When it happened to them, honey, they finna stop being mad at the government and stuff and Trump and each other and stuff, honey. Everybody finna turn around and be mad at Black America. Like we should have stayed slaves, I guess. Hell, I don't know. Like we should have stayed content, and copacetic and agreeable, obeyable. Hell, I don't know how these folks be thinking. They ain't doing no other group of people like this. No, they ain't doing no other group of people like this, just us. And as hard as it's going to be, as challenging as it's finna be, we going to have to go and get the hell away from them. Sitting here right now talking to us and stuff, I don't know no other way to explain it to us. But Black America, our well-being, our welfare, our sanity. Can we even grasp that, comprehend that our very sanity just barely hanging on? Just barely hanging on. Fucking with white America. Won't get away from white America. No, white America is fine. Oh, white America is fine, honey. White America had to answer for nothing. And they ain't. Oh, ain't. They ain't finna answer for nothing. Matter of fact, they finna do a little bit more to black people. So, yeah, it's high time we decide whose side we on. Mm-hmm. As challenging as it's going to be and stuff, you're going to have to use discernment. You're going to have to use discernment because you know we traumatized. What y'all be saying, hurt people, hurt people. That's what y'all say, hurt people, hurt people. So, you know we're going to have some hot ones out there, some hot heads. We got some weak links out there. Those that we can help, we shall and we will. But those that we can't, ain't nothing we can do with them. We just gonna have to let them be. Let them be. And be, it mean being in with white society. Leave their ass with white folks. Hell, they can't come with us. I know that's your son and your nephew. Then go try and save them. Go try and save them. This is the last chance right here. I don't know, you better pull out every song you got in your MP3 player. Yeah, you better go way back to Peaches and Herbs and Barry White. Somebody, I don't know. Yeah, you better pull out some Earth, Wind, and Fire, some Commodores, and get them emotions. We need to get back to our emotions because we hurt. We need to release all this rage and this anger, depression. We feel rejected, let down, disappointed. Shit, somebody needs to cry. Black America needs to cry. Sure do, honey. That's it and that's all. So, yeah, you know you got family out there that need to be saved and stuff. You better go get them. You better think about the young boy that they was and the young girl that they was and whatever song it was that captured their heart. Honey, you better put that motherfucker on repeat. Ask them to come over and have dinner with you or something. And you better let them cry and get it out if you can. Because those that we can't save and take with us, keep with us and keep safe, hell, they might be the ones finna end up in the smart cities. I don't know. Let me finish this right here because I've been hearing a whole lot of stuff. Then I heard that is it black folks? I was listening to Trump and I was like, is he talking about deporting black people, black Americans, when he was talking about what'd he say? Criminals in and out of prison. It shouldn't be over here. And he had already mentioned, and he was like, these criminals and the immigrants should be sent away. And I was like, well, wait a minute now. Now, if he talking about the immigrants, why he gonna classify them twice? And so, yeah, fuck around and find out. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. I thought we were from Africa too. I didn't even know people were here like that. Then come find out it was us. It was me. My great-grandmama. Yes, let me get a picture of y'all. Her name is Eileen. Yes, her name is Eileen. Yeah, my great-grandmama. That's her right there. And they wouldn't tell us. They didn't tell me about our true history. I was just a little girl, but I know I would have remembered. I would have been like, oh, really? It would have gave me something to hold on to. And see, that's where we went wrong at because we stopped teaching our children. We stopped teaching us. Then we got in school with white folks and stuff, and it wasn't even nothing there to motivate us, inspire us, except for that hunger to get out, that hunger to succeed, to just get out. And I think that's why a lot of us, when we did graduate, get them degrees and stuff like that, they just left. Honey, they left the community, the state, and didn't come back. And I feel like, we did us a disservice by that. We did that right there because I think initially it started because there were threats to our elders, our ancestors. If you do get to talking about this, the doll rolls, we're going to look that up too. I heard about that. Them $5 Indians. Yeah. When they reclassified them as African Americans and stuff. And they like, you get to talking about your real legacy and stuff, you gonna have some problems. I can see that happening. And and black people already knew it. We already knew it. Our great grandmama and them and stuff, they already knew it. Her parents and grandparents probably already knew it. Don't you say nothing to nobody. No, don't you say nothing to nobody. But I feel like, they did anticipate and long for the day when the truth could be revealed, honey. Yes. And I believe it's all of them, all of their spirits, all of their essence, their love for us. It finally happened. It finally brought it back around to us. But shit, we still ignoring it. We still ignoring it. Why? Because we so forgiving, we so distractful, and we so unfocused. We so forgiving to the people that did these things to them. We so distracted for everything that's going on, and we unfocused on us. We can't get nothing. I'm so glad to see y'all out there with y'all channels and stuff, honey. And we looking through a lens of resilience. Because after all of this right here, y'all, I don't know how any people could survive that and still maintain their sanity. Our people don't even have any vengeance towards these people. I know y'all say the Lord said that vengeance is mine, but vengeance is the ancestors. Vengeance belongs to the ancestors. See, that's how I know. Some of y'all ain't meant to be here. And you can go, if I subscribe to you, I'll come to your channel and get my lessons. Okay? I can come to your channel and get my lessons. But right here, yeah, the people I'm looking for and stuff, I don't think they're going to be interested in your cosmology and stuff like that. I am. I'm interested in that. But I'm trying to reach my people that need to get this healing right here. Yeah. We out there, we don't know why we can't stand each other, Yeah, sister buck up at me for looking at her. I buck up back at her. But all it is that we so divided, knowing I can't even fight. But see, when I feel like I'm right and stuff, when I feel like I'm right, oh yeah, it is what it is. That's how we are. We feel like we right and stuff. Oh, hell yeah, you got to stand up for what you believe in. Hell, I know I'm right. It's that type of thing with me and stuff. So yeah, I be walking around with a black eye and stuff, but I avoid trouble and stuff, hell. Because I be like, yeah, you look like Nina Simone. Your skin is so pretty, sis. I know how to talk to us and let us know the complimentary things about us. I don't know, it just resonate with me to do that with us. I don't do it with nobody else. I try to, be civil and, nice and stuff, like you treat your fellow man and stuff, but I don't have that same resonation with everybody that I have with my people. This same struggle. And hell, I didn't even know about all of this. But I know about the feeling that I feel for us. And that's all I need, honey. I know whose side I'm on. Yep, sure do. And when the ancestors do come back, and they ask y'all, who am I? Who am I? Y'all don't know who they are? Oh, yeah, honey, I'm going to be, you already know. Sure wills, honey. So, yeah, we looking through a spiritual lens of loyalty, resilience, and education. Because we finna learn, baby. Yes, we finna learn. And everybody that come here and stuff, I don't know. And sometime I'll be like, you can share this if you want to. I don't know. Maybe they are being shared. I don't know. I just been a whole lot emotional, reading this. I didn't know about this. I knew about slavery and I forgave slavery. And of course, we all knew about Emmett Till, and a lot of us, we forgave Emmett Till. We saw Mamie forgive Emmett Till, his mother. I mean, she forgave the murderers of Emmett Till, And so, yeah, we are forgiving people naturally. So I don't know if it just came to us, naturally or just as one. We just know we got to forgive, because what that black people always say, it ain't for them, it's for you. Now, who taught us that dumb shit? Who taught us that dumb shit? Ain't said not a word or a whisper about forgiving ourselves. I know you thinking, forgive us for what, Faith? Forgive us for trusting in these demons. Forgive us for trusting in the very one that keeps showing us over and over and over and over and over again. It's like Martin Luther King just told them, let them slap you, slap you, slap you, slap you. You know, because we just keep letting them do it. Even today, they got our hands so tied and stuff. I don't know what's going to happen to black people. All I know is don't get in no Tesla cars. Do not get in no Tesla cars. Don't get all these robotic devices in your home and stuff. You might want to kick Alexa and what's her name, Siri out right now. Yeah, I wish I had one. You'll see me kicking her down the street. Yeah, sure would. But no, I don't have all that stuff around me and stuff. It ain't nothing but traps, Black America. We ain't never needed none of that. Sure. So yeah, we're looking at all this right here through a spiritual lens. And I have to say this every time and stuff because I don't want nobody to be thinking that, religion is going to save us. Because first of all, you see, I got a black Jesus on my wall up here. I felt like I was blaspheming when I first started having the curiousness about God and Jesus. Where I'm from down south and stuff, it's just God and Jesus. And I don't even today, I can't really say it's any Yahuwah, Yahushua, and Yahweh. I can't, where I'm from, I can't even say it's those down there yet. But I know it's God and Jesus down there. And I already know my cousins and friends and stuff. Everybody got that white man on their wall. Sometime in every room, in the bathroom too. Our white Jesus is everywhere. But that's just not me. And I started doing my little studies on that and stuff. And it turned out to be a whole new world opened up. Yeah, I learned a little bit about Yahweh and Yahushua. That's how I know the name. But then I also learned that Buddha, a couple of other deities got the same history as Jesus. December the 25th. There's like Buddha, Tamun, Dionysus, Krishna, and I was like, wow. Well, yeah, I was appalled too. Okay, so let's get the Copyright Disclaimer Act out of the way while we can. Yeah. Copyright disclaimer under 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. See, I read it word for word, too. What about if they was to take this back, y'all? They don't call themselves rolling us back to 1965. Honey, we might well put on the brakes because we ain't going nowhere with white America. Keep doing for us. Keep doing for us. Gone. They done took the Department of Education now. But we teaching each other now. Oh, honey, we got so many homeschools for the babies. And guess what? What was her name? Dr. Was it Barlow? I think that was her name. Honey, she teaching us history. Sure is. She got so many curriculums and courses. I think that was her name. I called myself writing it down. I'm going to get me some new notebooks and try to get some kind of order here in this little tight space. But, honey, yes, she is teaching us, honey. So many courses and curriculums, y'all. It's just magnificent. We just so awesome. We ready to dominate. That's all they done did. That's all they done did, honey. Done forced us to a position where we ain't got no other choice. Because see, now self-preservation is finna kick in. Please, ancestors, let it kick in for us. Because we done sacrificed ourselves so much, so willingly. But I got faith. I got hope in us that we ready to save us now. I really do. And those of us that's lost and don't know, try to reach them if you can. Try to reach them if you can. If it get down to it, then go on and let their ass know. Hey, you're going to be stuck over here with these white folks. And you know how they is. And we ain't got time to sugarcoat nothing for our people. We do not. I really don't know the totality of what's going on out there. But I know it ain't good for us. It sure ain't. It is not good for us. And all these people that got to leave, oh, they coming back. They ain't leaving for good. No, they coming back. I'm kind of suspicious. Is they the ones that we seen going back? Are they the ones that's supposed to go? You see, it's an internal thing, some type of internal strategy, you know. And so they voluntarily went over there and left the wrong ones here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't trust nobody though. I sure don't. But yeah, so we're gonna do a little reading tonight and stuff, and I want to go through this right here again. Why we are not using religion. A little bit more on it. Let me read the top of this right here. And I got this from Professor James Smalls. Yeah, I love Professor James Smalls. And this right here was on YouTube. And I didn't write all of it. I just wrote a few notes down on this stuff. If you want to look it up, it was the reasoning, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And it's on YouTube. Professor James Smalls. The Africans referred to God as the totality of creation itself. In other words, everything that makes up God is in you. Oh, hold on now. Most humans break down to over 400 elements and minerals, and all of those elements and minerals can be found in the cosmology and the ecology. And in you. Yep. And in you, Black America. I don't know about white America and stuff, because white America can't even go in the sun that long and stuff, so I can't even include them in this part. Since they done put out and stuff that black people didn't even have souls. Black people was not human. And then, William Joseph Simpson said that they already up in heaven, galloping across the sky. But, all of that considered, I'm not talking about them. They ain't got no 400 elements that, that matches with the cosmology and the ecology. And I'll explain that in a minute. But anyway, like the diamonds, the diamond, gold, thiacin, manganese, iron, all of those minerals inside of you, it talks to the minerals inside the earth. When you barefoot, it all works together because it's you. It's us. That's why we're supposed to ground. We're supposed to, hug trees and, and understand that we are all part of creation. We are. The cosmos manifested us. The cosmos manifested the black man and the black woman. And I'm just saying man first because we do live in a patriarchal system and it's hard to break. Always putting the man first. When I clearly see with all three of my eyes, honey, that the cosmos up there is always giving birth. It's birthing stars and planets and storms and rainbows and, And so it just seemed to me like, yeah, it's a womb. It's a womb. Not to mention, look at this picture right here. It's a womb. It's got to be. What else would it be? What else could it be? And I'm just going to show this right here because I don't want to get too deep and stuff because, we'll be here all night. But look at this right here. She's the cosmos and he's the earth, the ground, And yeah, I don't quite understand it like I am. But, it resonated with me. And when I saw that picture, it reminded me of this that I had taken notes on, And that right there is her. And that right there is supposed to be him. But, I ain't no artist and stuff. But, this right here look more like it, And so when I saw that picture right there, I was like, yeah, this is right on time. I got that at the thrift store. Yeah, that's all I do, go to thrift stores, honey. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so anyway, back to religion. Religion is nothing but the path to understanding divinity. The path to understanding divinity. That's all religion is. The path to understanding divinity. Now, divinity, check this out. Divinity is the knowledge of the cosmology, the ecology, and your relationship to it. The stars, the earth, and your relationship to it. Now, didn't I just tell us that most humans, us? That's why I said most humans, us, we the humans. Most humans break down to over 400 elements and minerals. Yep. And these elements and minerals can be found in the cosmology and the ecology. That's why I said the cosmos, it manifested us. I didn't even know that. I think I just recently started saying that when it kind of connected, you know, that the cosmos manifested us because it just seemed to make sense. And, I know some people saying, oh, well, that's not right, face, because we all the same and stuff. No, we're not all the same. Stop lying. White folks can't even go in the sun. I know they're all out there running around and stuff, and they probably all taking that synthetic melanin shot. Yeah, they got synthetic melanin. I wish I'd have screenshotted or something, but I ain't really got a lot of storage. But yeah, they got synthetic melanin. Ain't that some shit? Yeah. But anyway, back to the other, deities like Jesus Christ. So I'm like kind of, yeah, who lying about heaven? Who lying about heaven and Jesus and stuff? Go on and tell us, since where I'm from, we see Jesus Christ, the white man with the blonde hair and blue eyes. And I did learn that his real name, y'all, is Cesario Borgio or some shit like that. And you could go back to the Council of Nicaea. Is it 425 or something like that and read about it and stuff? I don't think I wrote about it on this right here. This is just one that I found hanging up over there. But, I just want to know who lying about this whole heaven thing. Who lying about this whole heaven thing? Because I also read that it's like 4,200 religions. Is that true? 4,200 religions. And all we got was a little snippet about Jesus Christ, a white man with blonde hair and blue eyes. Ain't said nothing about the black man, the black Jesus. Ain't even taught us about Simeon Toko. Simeon Toko, black Jesus out there in the Congo. And his government was trying to kill him. Tried to kill him several times. I told the story. They cut his heart out and he told him, put my heart back in my body. Put my heart back in my body. And they did it too. Yeah, they did. And he held the helicopter off. They had him in the helicopter, y'all. I guess they were finna go and bury him apart here and apart there. Probably drop bits and pieces of his body. Honey, he stopped the whole helicopter. Stop. Yeah, the blades were still spinning. Mm-hmm. He must have told him, you know what's going to happen to you if you don't turn this helicopter back around. And they turned it back around. But you believe that whoever split the Red Sea, whatever his name was, with the staff, and Jesus fed 5,000 people with 2 fish and stuff. So, for me, I can believe in my people. Yes, I can, honey. Every day I go outside, honey, and I'll look in the water because I know the sun going to be walking on the water. That sun up there. You're walking on water. You can look in a puddle or in a pool. All these lakes out here. Get a glass of water and set it out there. You'll see the sun just walking on it back and forth. And that little bit old glass of water walking back and forth on it. So, I don't need nothing that white America got to tell me. Trying to tell me about the cosmos. Your ass don't know nothing about the cosmos but what you done stole. That's all white America know. Yeah, that's all white America know. I know everybody she gonna burn in hell a long time. This is hell right here. It's so many dimensions up there. My whole life, I thought it was one universe. But instinctively, I think I knew it was more out there. I think that's why the Bible never resonated with me. And y'all, I wrote the Bible down. I tried. I started at Genesis, and I couldn't get past somebody beget somebody else. And I was just like, no, I'm not for, no, this ain't for me right here. And so I never got to read the Bible. So I read Ruth and, some other little books in it and stuff. But, my mama taught me don't steal, kill, and destroy folks. And, don't be wanting other folks' stuff. So my mom said, what can they do? Fly? If you want to fly? And I was like, no, I don't even want to get off the ground. But, yeah. So I just it never really, resonated with me like that. Religion did. So we ain't even using it here. I'm just trying to, if it show you something, then hey, that's fine. I just need you to understand why I don't want to hear. It don't really resonate with me. And then also I got engraved right here that most Mary, Joseph, and Jesus is really a Sar, a Set, and Heru. I know I got my studies to do and stuff. So yeah, get your channels and stuff, honey, because I want to know who is lying to Black America. And all y'all finna run up here to heaven for real? Black America ain't even thought about it, you really gonna put yourself in heaven with white folks forever and ever. They know what y'all say, the lake of fire is forever. Then heaven gonna be forever too. Ain't gonna be no hunger, ain't gonna be no sickness and no anger and stuff. Why? You know, I'm just saying, it don't make no sense to me and stuff. But anyway, Buddha, because it's like other Christ-like historical figures. I guess that's the difference, huh? They just Christ-like, and Jesus Christ is Jesus Christ. I don't know, but let's read. Buddha, he went to the temple at 12 years old too, and he fasted in solitude for 47 days, and Jesus fasted 40 days. And he wandered to the fig tree at the end of his fasting, just like Jesus did. And that's Buddha. And then I got Krishna. Who is that? Oasis? I don't know who that name. Odysseus. Romulus Dionysus was born of a virgin on December 25th. He was placed in a manger, rode in a triumphal procession on an ass. On an ass. He the only one that I wrote down that he was on an ass. He was a sacred king. He was killed and eaten in a Eucharistic ritual for fecundity and purification. He rose from the dead on March the 25th. He was God of the vine and turned water into wine. He was called the King of Kings and God of Gods. He was considered the only begotten Son, the Savior, Redeemer, Sin Bearer, Anointed One, and Alpha and Omega. He was identified with the ram or the lamb. His sacrificial title was Dendrites, or Young Man of the Tree. In other words, he was hanged. You know. But yeah, all this right here, I'm just like, who lying? And then, there was Horus. Horus was born of the Virgin Isis. Yeah, she was a virgin too. He was the only begotten son of Osiris. And, his birth was heralded by the star Sirius, the morning star. And ancient Egyptians paraded a manger and child through the streets. So for me, I'm just kind of like, who? Jesus? You got to be talking about this black Jesus right here. Yeah, I know, I'm willing to learn, though. I am willing to learn. And then also the 12 disciples are also the 12 constellations with Jesus as the sun. I know, go figure, right? They ain't teach me nothing in school, honey. I want to tell all my teachers off. With the ones that's still alive, honey, it's true. Yes, honey. They like, oh, is that face? Yeah, you lying asses. Yeah, just lie to us about everything. Me, anyway, I feel so betrayed, honey. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, here it is. Bible condones slavery. Scriptures, I guess. Leviticus 25, 44 to 46. Ephesians 6:5. Deuteronomy 28. First slave ship. I guess I just wrote the good ship Jesus. And Hitler was a Christian also. King Leopold of Belgium killed 20 millions of Congolese African. And Jeremiah 29:11 for one of my sisters, I guess. But I'm going to look up all this stuff. No matter what it is. Colossians 3:22 on a billboard, honey, in March of 2012, it said, slaves, obey your master. What I was just telling you. And that was on the church, on their billboard in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. And then I did find out some news about that Harrisburg shit too. Yeah, sure did. I might as well go on and tell y'all. No, I ain't even gonna say nothing about this stuff. I will in time. I'll wait till the ancestors tell me to tell y'all stuff. I just hope y'all keeping y'all eyes open. Yeah, I don't want to fearmonger us. I don't want us to worry and stuff, honey. We ain't got to worry. Just be wary. Don't worry. Be wary. You got to be wary. Not just of Tyrone. Now, you stop that shit right now. Tyrone ain't the only one your ass got to worry about Black America. No, that's just how our mind been. Our mind been programmed. To see us as our enemy. But we ain't our enemy. That's a lie. You do whatever you got to do to de-escalate any situation, angst, disagreement with your people. If you can, you deflate it, deflect it, restrain them. I don't know, get away, leave. Because we so traumatized, we truly think that we are the white people that did all of this. We really think that we are the reason why. Yeah, and it ain't even us, honey. Oh, they must be sitting back just laughing their asses off every day. Yes, I already know they are, honey. Can't wait till that day when they can say, yeah, we did it. Yeah, we did it. We got their numbers down just enough. And little do they know, honey, the whole sun finna blow up on their asses. Sure will get rid of us if they want to. Yeah, I didn't know either. They've been trying to exterminate black folks for the longest. I guess since we got out of slavery. Is that when they really just decided to try to kill us? Who know when they actually decided to try to kill us, exterminate us? The extermination on Black America and the extermination on black boys. I think the extermination on black boys was recent, within like the past few decades. But the genocide of black people, I know it's been decades and decades. You know, and it's kind of like, wow, it's the longest grudge I ever knew. Like I said, yeah. But you know, we can't ignore that historical fact either, Black America. We can't ignore them historical facts of what white America has done to us, because white America is getting ready to do it again. Believe whatever you want to believe. Yep, believe whatever you want to believe. We can look at it right now and see everybody chose Trump. Everybody voted for Trump for a reason. Yeah, everybody feel like it's an honor. You know, it's an honor to help white America oppress us and keep us down and, you know, subject us to all these laws and taunts and stuff. You know, everybody feel like it's an honor to do that. I don't know why. Evilness, I guess. Hell, they want to go to hell. Maybe they, you know, resonate with that. Maybe they feel like, you know, shit. It's worth it. I ain't never been able to understand it, even today. And I probably won't. We just not that type of people with that type of mindset. But we do got to get out here and try to save our people. I know that much. Oh, I'm going all the way back. We done read about Detroit. Yeah, we read about Detroit already. And we read about the development of a riot ideology among urban Negroes. I just feel we looked at all of those right there because I was asking y'all to please get your math channel so you can help me understand what all this stuff means. X with the 2 at the top and all that stuff, you know. And yeah, because if don't nobody else come to your channel and stuff, I will. I sure will. You be like, damn, when do you work? You know, because I'll be there learning and stuff and asking you questions. And don't act like, damn, there go face again. Because I'm trying to learn shit. I need to know. And we read about the description of the riot groups and stuff. And remember how we were reading about this right here, and all of a sudden, they turned out and started calling the black men the rioters and the white men the counter rioters. Because black men decided to fight for themselves. And black men was holding off, you know, setting up stages, borders, barriers. And white people, you can't get past this barrier because our communities was back there. So, you know, black men that came out here, they started fighting back. Shit, we gonna do this? Let's do this then. And yeah. And so in the book, and so I was wondering, hell, whose side is his ass really on? You know, but I digress. Yeah, almost here. Yeah. What's the worst is blasphemy? What worst is blasphemy? Well, honey, if that's the case, I imagine a whole lot of my ancestors was cussing their ass off. Why come you ain't smiting these devils down? Why they sitting here cutting off my fingers and my toes? Done cut my baby out of my stomach. Hell, what more did they have to do and suffer? Are we that damn programmed? See, that right there just, oh, wait. Shit, hell, anybody God should have showed up at any one of them times and saved black people. But see, the problem is black people keep calling on a cat. We need a dog. We keep calling on the cat, why Jesus is not coming to save us. The man in the sky. You better know what man you going to up there. Because if y'all thinking it's one man for y'all, white America say it's another man for them. So all I can say is, hey, you better turn. Don't go to heaven. You better take a detour. You put it in your router, your GPS or something to bypass heaven. I don't know. You better start just think about it. That man said that he revived the Ku Klux Klan because he had a spiritual vision. Wasn't nothing spiritual about that vision he had. That was all anti-life. He had a spiritual vision of robed men on horses galloping across the sky. Then he seen Leo Frank, the lynching of Leo Frank. He said it was brutal. We'll look it up. And he watched Birth of a Nation. And he just had the miraculous spiritual vision. And wham, there it was. He revived the Ku Klux Klan. Yep, and they went up on Stone Mountain. It's in this book right here. They went up on Stone Mountain on Thanksgiving night. Him and like 15 of his friends. And he done wrote a speech and stuff. See, he said he formed the group in response to a spiritual vision of robed horsemen galloping in the sky, followed by a vision of a map of the United States. Simmons established the KKK shortly after seeing Birth of a Nation and hearing news of the notorious lynching of Leo Frank outside of Atlanta. Then on Thanksgiving night in 1915, Simmons had 15 friends. 15 of his friends. They hiked up the huge granite outcrop of Stone Mountain east of the city and held a ceremony Simmons had contrived. Yeah. So, I want to know who really up there in heaven. Who lying? Because if you lying and we go up there with you, Black America, and he telling the truth, then y'all gonna be stuck in heaven. So all I can say, from what I'm reading and stuff, is just don't go to heaven. Just don't go. Bypass heaven. Keep going and stuff. And once you start thinking about this stuff, because all this clouds down here, it ain't nothing but cotton up there. Them pearly white gates, it's just thinking about what all they done told us. Them pearly white gates. Who behind them gates then? It's common sense. White folks is not behind them gates. Stop lying. And you start thinking about all this and stuff, and let your mind think. Let your mind think. I know we pick up that book and read them scriptures and we hear how the pastor done said it and come to our own understanding, how we've been programmed to understand, but let your own mind think about the cosmos up there. I don't keep it in no box. Yeah, I don't keep it in no box. It's too big. It's too huge. It's so expansive. Nobody ain't never seen the end of the cosmos. They ain't never seen the beginning of it. What they call the Big Bang. Honey, that was the cosmos manifesting the black man and the black woman. To me, that's what it was, and that's what it's going to be. And I just want y'all to know, that, some lies going on here. Why wouldn't that be a lie? That's the biggest tool to make us forgive. The biggest tool to make us forgive. It didn't say nothing about forget. We just do that. Because once you don't keep something at your forefront, you forget it. Look how many of us done forgot phone numbers and stuff we knew for years. Because now we just hit dial. And they're dialing and stuff. It's just little stuff like that. It resonates with me. And I'm like, hey, I got to tell my people. I got to tell my people. Yeah, Yep. Elohim ambassador. Yeah. Africans have killed millions of Africans in the last few years. They're still at it. All folks done killed all folks. We probably doing a little bit more. I'm sure we are. Because we are traumatized. We are so traumatized out here. And for us to keep asking, why? And keep blaming us for it. Without getting to the root of why we even doing it. White America is why we doing it. And as long as we run from and excuse white America, from answering to this. As long as we neglect our own healing and just admit it. It ain't like we gonna go up and tell white America, hey, y'all motherfuckers, y'all some son of a bitches. We don't trust y'all ass no more. Get the fuck away from around us now and give us our kids. No, we ain't even gotta be like that and stuff. I ain't like that with white folks. I just be like, I ain't coming nowhere with you. We can't go nowhere together. We gonna sit here and work together. I'm gonna do my shift. You gonna do your shift. And you can't come to the cookout with me. No, that's just how it is. That's just how it is. I can't spare no trust, no benefit of the doubt. Like I say, past working. Past working with them. And if the lights cut off, I'm gone. If the lights cut off, I'm gone. I got my keys. I know exactly where they at. Because I ain't even finna be in a trapped space. A dark space. I won't even go to the movies. I ain't been to the movies in like 30 years. I don't want to be in no dark space with all these folks I don't know. Especially now, allegedly 1965. Is you crazy? I know, right? Well, let's read, y'all. Let me see what's going on. I know, they removing all Black history. That's why y'all better go get them books and stuff that they getting rid of. Start teaching everybody around you. I'm finna get a children's channel too, so we can start reading. I'm gonna have to do it separately from this. Cause shit, they'll be traumatized. If they run across this channel right here, they'll be the ones telling me, oh yeah, so sassy. Was it your ancestors? Oh, that's your last name, Jefferson. Like Thomas Jefferson. Yeah, our babies won't even be with the bullshit. Sure won't. I know mine won't. My grandbabies and stuff. My grandbabies, they went to school one day and the little girl got racist with them. And yeah, my grandbaby like, oh, so you just like your ancestors, ain't you? Well, you don't need to be like that because ain't nothing good gonna come from you. That was her mama right there and stuff. But yeah, we just got to teach our babies that and stuff here. We ain't got no problem telling them, don't you take your ass outside with Tyrone. I done told you how that boy is. You know how his mom and his daddy is. Don't give a damn about nothing. He already done stole your money and broke your glasses. Stop being like that here. Teach Tyrone too. Shit, don't pet asses. Hell, now that we see here how white America done did us shit, we ought to be teaching every Black child we come around. Just keep books with us. Just keep books with you. When you see the Black sister, when you see sister and the baby, I'll just start reading. Just start reading, honey. It don't even matter. Shit, you can be at the doctor's office. Hell, everybody whispering. You can be in the grocery line. Hell, ain't nobody doing nothing, standing up there gossiping anyway. That's what Black America need to do. I don't know. Hell, I didn't graduate. I'm just saying, what I think we can start doing. And I know most of us and stuff, like I was saying, y'all my teachers and stuff, because I'm finna learn from y'all, honey. Sure will. I'm going to get me a real telescope so I can really see the cosmos and stuff. Yeah, it's all about learning now. It's all about learning now. It ain't even about hating white American stuff. We just finna get the hell away from them. Let them find another scapegoat for 500 more years. It won't be us. I don't know. Y'all gonna have to decide what you're gonna do with your interracial relationships and stuff, your interracial spouses and stuff. Find out whose side they on. They either on your ancestor side or they on their ancestor side. And you pretty much can tell now if they ain't telling you that they voted for Trump and you really don't know. You don't know who your wife voted for when she went in that booth. She came out and was like, I did vote for Kamala. Yeah, I voted for Harris. Then she probably lied to your ass. What you need to do is put on some Black media. You can put on anybody, Dr. Francis Cress Wells and Dick Gregory, Dr. John Henry Clark, Farrakhan. Put on Khalid Muhammad, Malcolm X, anybody. Don't put on Martin Luther King. Do not put on Martin Luther King. That's where she gonna spot it a mile away. Oh, what's gonna be playing after this? Oh, come on, baby, let's go out to dinner. It's always gonna be something. Don't put on Martin. Don't even put on his last speech because it's gonna deflect everything. Yeah, put on somebody else. And once they show you their true colors, where they stand and stuff, like you cannot be playing that in here. That is disruptive, and we're not going to listen to it. Our family is peaceful. And then, yeah, you already got your answer. You need to make your decision. All right, well, it's almost 1:30. I haven't spread the idea yet. China's peaceful rise. Look it up. For what? Young black girl wrote a poem book in school. The teacher did let her put it in the library at her school. That was awesome. Oh, wow. I would like to get her book if it was for sale and stuff, and we could read it on our channel. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know about China and stuff, honey. We might well leave their ass behind too. They don't left everybody anyway. Shit. I think they already got the futuristic city, the futuristic world. You know, I don't know. I ain't never been to China before. I just be focused on Black America and stuff. I would say don't get in their cars either. Shit, don't you get your ass in their flying cars and stuff. You know, because we be traveling and stuff. You know, Black America, we be traveling, we be over there, and you know, but now everybody's showing how they really feel about Black America. So all I say is walk wherever the hell you want to go if you ain't driving yourself. And that's I'm saying that, you know, as calmly as I can. I don't want to scare nobody and put no fear mongering and stuff. You know, everybody else telling it like it is and stuff. You know, and I'm just trying to do the same. I don't want to get us all worked up and stuff because it's really simple. Yeah, it's really simple. We got this. All we got to do is stay focused on us and help us. Oh, y'all, and I got my spring water. Look, I got my spring water so I can start my little garden again. You know, I didn't want to use that distilled water and stuff. Like, you know, we be like, oh, well, you know, you need to test your water and stuff. And like, so I got some spring water. But, you know, yeah, we just finna start helping us and teaching us, you know, and talking to us because we need healing. And I know we ain't finna get no, you know, legit healing. I ain't no doctor or nothing, shoot. You know, but I want us to know why we fucked up. We gonna have to self-heal each other. We gonna have to self-heal each other. Shit, white America ain't gonna do it. Other folks ain't gonna do it. We gonna have to do it. Other people have had plenty of chances to say, hey, Black America needs to heal. Black America needs some therapy. They ass ain't done it yet, so we gotta do it. Yep, and white folks is the culprit. White folks is the ones that did it, as far as I can see. You know, I ain't been here but a couple of months, 2 months, I think. But I think, in my opinion, right here, if it change, I'll let you know. But right now, in my opinion, white America is the sole reason why Black America is disenfranchised with the rest of the world. We are disengaged with everything. You know, we so against each other. It's like we disillusioned with each other and stuff. We really can't even believe, you know, who we are. That our ancestors are ours. It's like we're living in a twilight time warp or something. So now it won't be no, you know, standard healing and therapy like we used to and stuff. But we're going to do our best to heal us. And that's all we got to do. We got the cosmos on our side. I don't give a damn if everybody finna be walking around here barefoot. It's time for us to at least attempt to heal our people. Hey, I know I can do it. I sure can. I know I can do it, even if it's for 5 minutes. Even just for 5 minutes a day. You know, I can give us some hope. I can give us some hope, at least a little bit of hope. We all can do that. We all can do that. All we got to do is tell the truth. Tell us the truth. Don't we see we ain't resonating with these lies no more? That's why our babies ain't doing good in school. Hell, they know that shit ain't about them. Wish I could tell Miss Linda to her motherfucking face with your lying ass. Shit. All right, let's read. Who riots? A study of participation in the 1967 riots. 1967, 68, 69, 77. 5 years before I was born. Yeah. 5 years before I was born. Then right here's a Washington, D.C. riots. 1968. We ain't never been safe from white America. I'm just going to tell it like it is. You know, be mad at me. Hell, I don't care. I'm mad at y'all ass too. I'm mad at y'all ass too. White America be mad at me all they want to. And that's all you got to say. Well, she mad at y'all ass too. Sure will, honey. A great many public figures, including the mayors and the governors of the stricken areas, have already given their views on the 1960s riots. This was their privilege and responsibility, that they have disagreed sharply on a number of crucial issues, among them the degree of organization and advanced planning, the amount of violence and destruction, the conditions in the Negro ghettos, and perhaps more importantly, the implications for public policy is not surprising. And that's the New York Times, June the 30th, July the 12th, 16, 19, 20, 22, 24 through 28, 1967, if you want to look it up. The differences between California Governor Ronald Reagan and New Jersey Governor Richard J. Hughes, and between former acting mayor of New York Paul Scrivane, Screvane, and the late Los Angeles Police Chief William H. Parker were marked. And so were the differences between the Los Angeles, 1965, Newark, 1967, and Detroit, 1967, and Washington, D.C., 1968 riots on the one hand, and the Rochester, 1964, Chicago, 1965, San Francisco, 1966, and Boston, 1967 riots on the other. So you got riots over here and riots over here too. I need a globe. No, a globe will show the different states and countries. What? I need a map. Yep, I'm gonna have to get a map and put it up on the wall. Yep. Wow. We couldn't even go nowhere. Well, let's read. What is surprising is that most of these public figures, and as the public opinion surveys reveal, most of their constituents have agreed substantially on probably the most perplexing question raised by the 1960s riots. Who riots? Is that really who riots? And that's what it is. Who riots? Their answer is what we refer to as the riff-raff theory of riot participation. That's Ferguson, 1967, page 342. Hold on, you know I don't want to put this. As long as I know somebody in here, that's fine with me. The ancestors got it now. I can put this piece of paper over this right here. You know, that ain't even important to me, honey. I got to read. Yeah. I don't like to start before somebody get in here like I was doing at first. Because then you'd be like, what the hell is you even talking about? You know, so I will try to wait a little bit and stuff. But yeah. All right. So who riots? Their answer is what we refer to as the riff-raff theory of riot participation. Ferguson, 1967, page 342. At the core of this theory are three distinct, though closely related things. First, that only an infinitesimal. Oh yeah, infinitesimal. Wow, it's INFINITESIMAL. Yeah. First, that only an infinitesimal fraction of the black population, 2% according to some, including several prominent Negro moderates, and 1% according to others, actively participated in the riots. So they saying it was just 2%, and then somebody said it was just 1%. And they said it was and out of the 2%, it was several prominent Negroes that participated in the riots. Hell, I guess if they like hell shit, I got to defend my house too. I got to defend my family too. What they supposed to say? Oh, well, we rich and wealthy, so we can just sit it out. They won't make it here. You know, that's just crazy. And 1% according to others. According to others, actively participated in the riots. Second, that the rioters, far from being representative of the Negro community, were principally the riff-raff, the unattached, the juvenile, the unskilled, the unemployed, the unrooted, the criminal, and outside agitators. Could they have described them any more against what they made them to be? Now, we know why we had ghettos and stuff. We know why we didn't have jobs, because that's the way the system has set it up. That's the way white America has set it up. So why they got to sit there and just really just go all out, the unattached, the juvenile, the unskilled, the unemployed, the unrooted, the criminal, and outside agitators? But I digress, though, Indeed, many public figures have insisted that outside agitators, especially left-wing radicals and black nationalists, incited the riffraff and thereby provoked the rioting. And third, that the overwhelming majority of the Negro population, the law-abiding and respectable 98 or 99% who did not join in the rioting, unequivocally opposed and deplored the riot. And that's New York Times, July the 16th, 20, 22, 26 of 1967. And the New York Times, July the 22nd, August the 4th, 1964. The New York Evening News, that was July the 20th, 1964. The New York Journal American, July the 26th, 1964. Some officials, like former Detroit Police Chief Ray Girardin, Girardin, rejected the riffraff theory. For most white Americans, the riffraff theory is highly reassuring. If indeed the rioters were a tiny fraction of the Negro population, composed of the riffraff and outside agitators, and opposed by a larger majority of the ghetto residents, the riots were less ominous than they appeared. See, because it seemed like to them that perhaps it was weak black men, the weakened black men, because it said those that were unemployed, unskilled, uneducated. So, like the weak-minded, the weak and feeble. So, that set with them because they they easier to overpower, I guess. They really wasn't a threat to them like that. But let's read. They were also a function of poverty, which in American ideology is alterable, rather than race, which is immutable, in which case, too, they were peripheral to the issue of white-black relations in the United States. Again, if the riffraff theory is correct, the riots were a reflection less of the social problems of modern black ghettos than of the personal disabilities of recent Negro newcomers. And the violent acts, the looting, arson, and assault were not political protests, but rather, in the words of the McCone Commission, formless, quite senseless, and by implication, meaningless outbursts. Violence in the City, an End or a Beginning, a report by the Governor's Commission on the Los Angeles Riots, 1965, page 45, in case you want to look it up. Lastly, if the prevailing view of riot participation is accurate, future riots can be prevented merely by elevating the riffraff and by muzzling outside agitators without transforming the black ghettos. Without, in other words, radically changing the American metropolis, without, in other words, radically changing the American metropolis by thoroughly overhauling its basic institutions or seriously inconveniencing its white majority. So see, they could do all that right there and not tear nothing up that's going to fuck up for white folks. Yeah. They really don't care about the black, the ghettos and stuff, the black neighborhoods and stuff, They really don't want to just go through and wreck it, but they will, Yeah, but they will. By muzzling outside agitators. Wow. In view of the profound implications of the riffraff theory, it is disconcerting that very few of its adherents have offered solid supporting evidence. Their estimates of participation were based largely on the impressions of subordinates who had good reason to play down the rioting, and not on interviews with lower class and working class Negroes. Their descriptions of the rioters were drawn primarily from personal observations and, in a handful of cases, casual and often poorly informed glances at arrest statistics. Their opinions about ghetto attitudes were formed mainly from cursory surroundings of moderate Negroes who strongly opposed the rioting, and not of militant blacks. And that was New York Times, June the 30th, July the 22nd, July the 26th through the 28th in 1967, if you want to look it up. Also Rustin, Rustin, 1966, page 29 to 35. Oh, and Blauner, Blauner, 1966, page 3, if you want to look that up. The adherents of the riffraff theory have also overlooked a good deal of evidence which sharply questions and sometimes directly contradicts their position. For example, unless the police caught most of the rioters, which is highly unlikely, the large number of arrests alone indicates that more than 1 or 2% of the Negroes participated. The written and graphic descriptions of the riots revealed that many working and middle-class blacks joined in the looting and assaults, if not the burning. And the remarks of Negroes during and after the rioting suggest that many who did not themselves participate tactically supported the rioters anyway. And you can find that in Sears, 1966, page 1 through 2. And Governor's Commission on the Los Angeles Riot, Archives 2 in the University of California Library, Los Angeles, hereafter referred to as the McCone Archives. Why then has this riffraff theory been so widely adopted to explain the 1960s riot? Why was it adopted to explain the Harlem riots of 1935 and 1943, and many earlier riots in America as well? The answer, we believe, can be traced to the American conviction that no matter how grave the grievances, there are no legitimate grounds for violent protests. Ain't that some shit? The answer, we believe. Yeah, I know. I got me a Theraflu thing or something. This is fucked up. White folks started rioting, but I digress. The answer, we believe, can be traced to the American conviction that no matter how grave the grievances, there are no legitimate grounds for violent protests. I guess they just intend to beat our ass forever. And we were never supposed to just raise up and say enough is enough. And I don't know. Black America does seem to me to take on the characteristics of white America, you know. But we inflicted it on our own communities. You see, they came and inflicted it on our communities, and we did too. You know, that's why I know we need healing. We desperately need healing. But let's read. A conviction shared by most whites that reflects the nation's traditional confidence in orderly social change. All like they all used to get together like 10, 20, 50, 100,000 white folks. That was orderly. That was orderly. Is that the orderly that they talking about? A conviction that was shared by most whites that reflects the nation's traditional confidence in orderly social change. We know how white folks bring about change, and there's nothing orderly about it. They like ravenous fiends, drooling at the mouth, chasing and stalking, just running, stampeding wildly, looking for any black body they can find. Wasn't nothing orderly about that. The only thing orderly about it is they all was of the same mind. They all had the same mindset. That was the only thing that was orderly. To have accepted the possibility that a substantial and representative segment of the Negro population participated in or supported the riots would have forced most Americans to draw one of two conclusions. And what's that? Either that the long-term deterioration of the black ghettos has destroyed the prospect for gradual improvement and provided the justification for violent protests, or that even if conditions are not so desperate, a great many Negroes believe otherwise. Neither conclusion could have been reconciled with the commitment to orderly social change. Either one would have compelled most Americans to re-examine a fundamental feature of the ideology of their race, class, and country, and not surprisingly, they were no more inclined to do so than previous generations of Americans. We wasn't, because we've been, hindered by white America. That's why we just stopped. Hence, it was not until 1966 when the UCLA Institute of Government and Public Affairs released a survey of participation in the Los Angeles riots in 1965, and the California Department of Justice issued a report on the persons arrested therein, that the riffraff theory was even questioned. Ooh, the Los Angeles riots of 1965. You know what? Just dawned on me and stuff, y'all. Riots of 1965, and we back in 1965. And it was not until 1968 when the University of Michigan Survey Research Center, the Governor of New Jersey Select Commission on Civil Disorder, and the United States Department of Labor completed similar studies of the Newark and Detroit riots in 1967, that the theory was seriously challenged. And you can find that in Sears 1966, the Bureau of Criminal Statistics, California Department of Criminal Justice 1966, Governor Select Commission on Civil Disorder, State of New Jersey 1968, U.S. Department of Labor, Manpower Administration 1968, Kaplan and Page. See data on Newark and Detroit Negro residents in the report of the National Advisory Committee on Civil Disorders, hereafter referred to as the Kerner Report. I had that word wrote down, Kerner, but I never knew what it was. Are we going to have to add report to our agendas, to our stabs against Black America reports? Because there are many reports too now. Chapter 2, pages 111 to 143, and pages 171 to 178. Although these studies did not employ precisely the same methods or arrive at exactly the same findings, they did teach certain conclusions which contradict one or more of the three central points of the riffraff theory. First, that a substantial minority of the Negro population, ranging from roughly 10 to 20%, actively participated in the riots. Second, that the rioters, far from being primarily the riffraff and outside agitators, were fairly representative of the ghetto communities. And third, that a sizable minority, or in some cases a majority, of the Negroes who did not riot sympathized with the rioters. Did not sympathize. Wait a minute, let me read that again. And third, that a sizable minority, or in some cases a majority, of the Negroes who did not riot sympathized with the rioters. And that's the Kerner Report. Kerner, Kerner. Kerner Report, Chapter 2, California Advisory Committee to the U.S. Commission on Civil Rights, 1966. Blauner, 1966. Blauner. Scoble, Scoble, 1966. And Oberschall, Oberschall, 1968. These conclusions have very different implications than the riffraff theory. If the rioters were a substantial and representative segment of the Negro population, widely supported in the Black communities, the riots were every bit as ominous as they seemed. They were also a manifestation of race more than poverty. Indeed, there is considerable evidence that working and middle-class Negroes resent the indignities of ghetto life as much as, if not more, than lower-class Negroes do. Thus, the riots were central to the relationship of whites and Blacks in America. Oh, and that's McCone Archives 3, Testimony of Councilman Thomas Bradley, 29 to 36, pages 29 to 36. Then it's got a V. I don't know what that's for. Virginia? No, V for something. Testimony of John A. Buggs, Buggs, Executive Director of the Los Angeles County Human Relations Commission, pages 18 to 23. 6, and that's the Roman numeral. 6, testimony of Assemblyman Mervyn D. Dimley, Mervyn, M, Dymally, Dimily, pages 48 to 49. And Roman numeral 8, testimony of Congressman Augustus F. Hawkins, pages 82 to 85. Roman numeral 10, testimony of Councilman Billy G. Mills, pages 9 through 10. If these conclusions were warranted, the riots were a reflection of social problems endemic to the black ghettos and not of personal disabilities peculiar to the Negro newcomers from the South. And the violent acts were indeed political protests against ghetto conditions. Finally, if the revisionist view of the riot participation is valid, future riots can only be prevented by transforming the black ghettos and, by implication, the white metropolises. If for no other purpose than to test the riffraff theory, then an investigation of riot participation is very much in order. Whoa. Well, yeah. And see, that's what white America don't want to hear, that they got to make our communities better. They never want to hear that. And this right here was in the 60s and stuff. Yeah, they really didn't want to hear it, because where I'm from and stuff, we didn't get our first apartment complexes till I was like 10 years old. We moved into the first apartment complex when I was like 10. I think they started coming to our little neck of the woods. I was probably like 9, maybe 8 or 9. But, you know, everybody had to take their turns getting into the apartments. But we were one of the first ones, though, because my mother had 4 children. So we were one of the first ones to get into those apartments. But I think they had the other apartments up, Parkview. I think they already had them apartments up. And then it came our apartment, which it was many bedrooms. But, you know, yeah, I was like 10 years old, honey. Sure was. Yeah, that's how they kept us living and stuff. You know, and I guess it was because of this right here. They were finally like, yeah, you know, we got to give them better communities. And before then, the apartments and stuff, we were living in shacks. You know, down south, all the houses was just them shotgun houses. And they were so close together and stuff. You know, like in Philadelphia, how them row houses would be so close together. It looked like you could just reach across and be like, can I borrow a roll of toilet paper? Let me borrow a cup of sugar. You got some ketchup over there, girl. Can I get a cigarette? You know, or whatever. But down south and stuff, you know, all our houses was really close together and stuff, and they were just shotgun houses. You run right through it, you know. And then it came to apartments and stuff. And so everybody just moved to the apartments. Yep. That's how it was and stuff where I'm from and stuff. We still got them same apartments. You know, they haven't built anymore. They ain't built nothing. You know, I think that was the first thing they ever built for us. And the last thing. Ain't that fucked up? Yeah. In my hometown, the first thing they ever built and the last thing. You know, it's just crazy. Motherfuckers ain't shit. Sure ain't. That's why, honey, we need to start doing for ourselves. Sure is. So what, our little classroom is right here. So what? Yeah, we teaching the truth. Well, we finished that little segment on that, y'all, honey. We is on this right here. Let me see how far we're going to get tonight. Because as y'all can see, my nose running and stuff. It ain't running. It's just stopped up. I did have my window up earlier. But I think we can read a little bit tonight. Yeah. Ooh, racial violence and civil rights law enforcement. Yeah. We're going to try to be through with this book by next week. Ooh, look at their hostility, aggression, and violence. We're just going to go to right there. What time is? I ain't going to keep us tonight all night long because I do want to look at some more channels. Yeah. All right. Black response to contemporary urban violence. A brief note on the sociology of pole interpretation. I want to know why black folks never thought, hey, let's just get the fuck away from white America. And I know we did. I mean, but what was the effort? It seemed like we just made that one decision and that one effort to integrate. You know, we didn't even give ourselves a chance to, you know, be by ourselves. till our Black Wall Streets, you know, and then we saw what happened. Yeah, but I just got to learn myself, you know. And I'm sure once I get the chronological order, I understand that, and I'm sure, you know, things will probably fall into place for me, because I didn't know none of this. I'm just like, wow, you know, man. All right, so let's read. Black response to contemporary urban violence. A brief note on the sociology of poll interpretation. White Americans, particularly politicians and policymakers, have understandably been very interested in how Black Americans feel about the violence of recent years. These people crazy as hell. What do they mean? How do we feel about the violence of recent years? The violence they've been doing to us. How do they think we feel about the violence they've been doing to us? I mean, this, yeah. It is time to go. Yeah, it is time to go. It's time to get away from white America, because they're going to fuck around and tell themselves that we don't even have a problem. They're going to mess around and tell themselves that we don't have a problem with them. That's why they're still among us. Yeah, it's time to go. It's just time to go. White Americans, particularly politicians. For what? Politicians and policymakers have understandably been very interested in how Black Americans feel about the violence of recent years. Why politicians want to know if we okay with the violence? What, in 20, 30 years, say 50 years, they're gonna repropose slavery or some shit? Why they need to know how do we feel about violence? Or are they afraid we're gonna, you know, rise up against them? Let's read. Black Americans presumably know, although there is evidence that there is no monolithic opinion within the community on this any more than there is opinion within the community on other matters, or any more than there is on important issues which divide the white majority. Some pundits have hastened to reassure the white American majority that the violence has aggrieved and alarmed the majority of the Black community, that the violence itself has involved only a minuscule portion of all Blacks. Other observers have viewed with alarm the fact that substantial proportions of the Black community have actually participated in the disorders, and that among those who have not participated, many approve, or at least feel that only through such cataclysmic disturbances can racial progress be achieved. Some of the reasons for such different perspectives are discussed below in the paper on 3 Views of Urban Violence. Yep, that's what I said too. Politicians either thought we were going to be passive and forgiving about the violence of the recent years that they were doing to us and stuff. Maybe so they can see our weaknesses. If we that weak, then yeah, maybe we should ask for them back. Maybe we should repropose slavery. Then they was like wanting to see, well, maybe they're gonna be angry about it. You know, maybe they're gonna be retaliatory about it. You know, I don't know why would they? Why not just say, hey, you know, y'all do y'all. Because now how it is, you know, we don't trust them and they don't trust us. How could that ever even be a successful, sincere integration? We never trusted white America, and they never trusted us. Even though we sat there and married with them and mingled and had babies and built businesses, stayed with their ass for 40, 50, 60 years. And we knew how they were, you know. And I just want to say, you know, staying with them that long and stuff, is that because we don't want to go back to our families and say, yeah, y'all told me so? I wasted 40 years with motherfucking Becky, but y'all told me so. I think it's worth it to go back to your family and say, yeah, y'all told me so. You know, I should have been came back to my family. But the pride, you know, probably keeps a lot of our men and the women too there. I remember how I said when I quit high school, and I was like, well, yeah, ain't nobody gonna be able to tell me I told you so, you know, because my family gonna be babysitting while I go to school and stuff. So I was like, shit, I'm gonna keep my own babies, you know. That's how I feel like a lot of black men were as they got older, and black women were as they got older and stuff. Just didn't want to go back home and say, yeah, you know, family, y'all told me so. At least then they would have been able to teach the younger children, you know, stay with your own. Stay with your own. Yeah, I feel some type of way about this stuff. A sampling of reported opinions. 4 studies in the last several years have reported opinions on the violence reported by black respondents. The questions, unfortunately, are not comparable. They are similar enough, however, that the different patterns which emerge raise some interesting questions about interpretation. Yeah, I do interpret on my own and stuff, a whole lot of stuff. But let's read. Number 1, Murphy and Watson, 1967. In their thorough study of social structural variables affecting response of a probability sample of interviewees in the affected areas to the Los Angeles riot, have reported the interesting finding that a substantial number of their respondents disapprove of the violence, but that at least some of the respondents who disapprove also believe that the riot helped the cause of the Negro. See, that's that bullshit. Some of them felt like the riot helped the cause of the Negro. Still, nobody still seems like they can say, you know, the black man has a right to defend himself and his family. Why is that so hard, it seemed like? Number 2, the Detroit Urban League Survey Research Center, University of Michigan, Detroit Free Press Survey, The People Beyond 12th Street, that's Meyer, 1967, reported that slightly more than half of their black respondents in a probability sample of the affected area believed that Negroes had more to lose than to gain by resorting to violence, and that slightly over 1/4 believed that they had more to gain. Yeah, I can imagine some of the black men and stuff feeling like they had more to lose because they knew white America would come through there and wipe that whole little community down. You know, but black men were fed up, you know, and the sisters, their wives, and the family wasn't feeling safe. So what other choice did they have? You know, that's just how I feel. What other choice did they have? Shit, if you gonna burn it down, shit, then yeah, we gonna burn yours down too. You know, so that's why, you know, they had to do what they had to do. Yep. 3, a Yankelovich survey, Yankelovich, a Yankelovich survey supported by Fortune magazine, that's Beardwood, 1968, reported that 35% of slightly more than 300 Negroes in 13 cities felt that violence is necessary to achieve Negro objectives, while 62% disagreed. Oh, 62% must have felt like Martin. The survey also reported, however, that only 14% of the respondents characterized by violence and rioting, which had already occurred, as essentially good, while 58% labeled it as essentially bad, and 28% made mixed judgments. Number 4, Lewis Harris and Associates reported on the basis of a survey done on August 9, 1967, almost immediately after the Detroit rioting, that 12% of their Negro respondents believed that the riots of that summer had helped to cause the civil rights for Negroes, while 60% felt that the cause had been damaged. In the same survey, however, 68% of the Negro respondents reported that Negroes would lose by resorting to violence, while 15% felt that more would be gained. Harris' results are from Erskine, Erskine, 1968. Watson and Murphy found that approximately 1/4 of their female and 1/3 of their male respondents approved the riot, but that over half of both males and females reported that the riot had at least some beneficial effects. These results suggest a considerably more positive reaction than is true of any other 3 studies mentioned above. There are several reasons for these differences, some quite clear, others somewhat more ambiguous. In the ambiguous category is the possibility of shifting reactions within the Black community over time. There are 2 time dimensions which should be considered. First, it can be noted that the Watts disturbances occurred in 1965, and that the Watts riot was the first really large-scale urban explosion. It is possible that initial enthusiasm and hope has given way to a realization, or belief, that violence is no more productive of social change than other modes of action. Second, see, Second, the sample surveys have been taken at different time periods after the disturbances to which they refer. The Harris survey and the Detroit Urban League survey came immediately after the Detroit riot of 1967. The Fortune study and the Murphy-Watson study were done some months after the actual violence had occurred. There may be tendencies to reevaluate, though the direction of such reevaluation is not clear from the evidence available. Another ambiguity, 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 producing difference in the surveys is the fact that different types of respondent populations were questioned. The Los Angeles study and the one done in Detroit were directed to people resident in the riot areas or close by. The Fortune survey included respondents from a number of different cities with unreported or unknown riot experience. And the Harris poll presumably reflects some sort of national sample. It is not clear how propinquity. Wow, I never seen that word. Look, propinquity. Propinquity. It is not clear how propinquity might affect responses. Moreover, it seems likely that there is some interaction effect between propinquity and time. Wow, propinquity. If I had time, I'll look it up. Murphy and Watson employed local blacks, including dissident youth, in their survey. The Detroit Urban League used Negroes, largely school teachers. The Fortune survey was done by Negroes without further identification. There's no information on the Harris poll. On issues of such sensitivity, we can be sure that there will be some kind of interviewer effect, and we simply can't identify without controlled research designs. Similarly, the questions were asked in different ways. Only in the Murphy-Watson study do we have a number of questions directed to different facets of the problem of evaluative response. In some instances, further combined into indices, INDICES. Further combined into indices. The Detroit survey asked only whether there were more to gain or more to lose by violence, and whether or not more violence was necessary. Hell, that depends on white folks. The Detroit survey asked only whether there were more to lose or more to gain by violence, and whether or not more violence was necessary. The Harris questions are fairly clear, but leave no leeway for qualifications. And if probing was done, it is not reported. Fortune magazine reports only summary statements and will release neither data tables nor questionnaire items. They weren't giving up nothing. There are thus problems of equivalence of meaning in interpreting reported results. Why can't they just say to hell, black people is tired of y'all ass torturing and taunting them? Finally, while confirmation is not possible, it seems likely that differences in procedures of analysis influence reported results. It seems likely that differences in procedures of analysis influence reported results. Many studies seem to have good, bad, and mixed response categories. It might be that in all surveys on this topic, raw distributions will show that approximately 30% are highly favorable or slightly favorable, approximately 30% highly unfavorable or slightly unfavorable, and that for the remaining 40% are neither favorable nor unfavorable, but report rather both positive and negative outcomes. In some instances, it seems mixed favorable or unfavorable responses have been added to favorable and in others to unfavorable. It is only reasonable to expect that there is considerable ambivalence among Black respondents, perhaps particularly those who are middle class in their socioeconomic characteristics. Differences in results reported may perhaps be an artifact of the lesser ambivalence of analysis. Black attitudes on violence must, in these days of violence, be highly unstable. Black attitudes on violence must, in these days of violence, be highly unstable. Quite clearly, events like the assassinations of King and Kennedy or of Evers, Medgar Evers, will affect the uncommitted. Quite clearly, the occurrence of violence on one's own block will affect the uncommitted. Quite possibly, substantial attempts by the federal government to redress grievances may affect both the committed and the uncommitted. Changes such as these aside, there is some significant information available to us. If even 15% of the Black population of the United States approves violence or believes violence to be necessary in order to achieve needed social change, this means 3 million Americans. This should be a cause for some concern. Finally, it seems clear, particularly from the analysis presented by Murphy and Watson, that whatever attitudes may emerge can be most efficiently explained by reference to social structure rather than to individual idiosyncrasies. Oh, yeah. I'm just trying to see, do I want to sniff through the rest of this right here or wow. Yeah, I think we'll stop right there because when we start racial violence and the civil rights law enforcement, then there's St. Louis, there's Washington, Chicago. Yep, all of those. And then we would be on patterns of disorder. Yeah, so I guess I'll just stop right here because I don't even want to be sniffing and stuff, honey. My nose is stopped up. Yep, and I just love y'all, and I thank y'all for y'all patience and your presence. And I'm finna get off here and I'm finna go look at some more of y'all pages and stuff and take me some notes. So will. And because I know, and y'all know, it's finna be like, I think all of the planets finna be lined up. I might have already done missed it, but I think it's like the 28th or the 29th of January, the end of January or something like that. All of the planets supposed to be lining up, you know. And so, yeah, we just got to get in there, you know. The cosmos is waking up, and the cosmos is actually moving into place. It's kind of like a pool table. And you know how you set the balls up and then you hit the cue and all the balls go everywhere and stuff? Well, the pool table is the universe, and the balls are the planets. Well, all of the balls are supposed to line up, and it's supposed to be some, I don't know if it's going to be a full moon with that or something, but it's supposed to be like really significant to us and stuff. You know, I think it is anyway. When I saw it, I was like, wow, that is awesome. I hope I haven't missed it. But yeah, I just really thank y'all and stuff, you know, for being here, and let's just learn and teach each other and have some patience with us and stuff. Yep. Oh, thank you so much for being there. Yeah. Yeah. Good night, Hank McGurk. I love y'all too. Yeah. And maybe tomorrow I'll be, you know, I won't be sniffing and stuff. Oh, what is happiness? Oh, we already talked about happiness. You the only one can make you happy. You the only one that can make you happy. Now you can find somebody to make you happier, but you know they can't do no more than a song can do. Yep. A person can't make you no more happier than feeling grateful. You can find somebody that can make you happy, But when they tired of making you happy, then they won't make you happy, you know. So yeah, I feel like, sing a song and it'll make you happier. Be grateful. Gratitude makes you at least 25% happier. Mm-hmm. Because, when folks kind of feel like when you get used to them and, and their ways and their love and, and you think they're going to be like that always and forever. And when they feel like, you at that point, then that's when they'll take it away from you. And then you just stuck with happy, you know, because they are your happier. So, we have to make ourselves happier. And we do that through music. Because, music activates every part of your brain. Not to mention it's universal anyway. Everybody listening to black music. And yeah, I just threw that in there. I know I'm facetious right now. And being grateful. Being grateful makes you 25% happier too. So, that's what happiness is. It ain't really, one person or none. Our babies, our children make us happier. They so funny and intelligent and stuff. But on the whole, happiness is just gratitude. Just having gratitude for life, being here, everything that's going on and stuff, we're not letting it worry us. We just letting it, worry us. We just being wary, being cautious, But anyway, let me tell you about gratitude. Gratitude shields you from negativity. When you grateful and stuff, honey, you thinking about all that you got to be grateful for. One thing, then something else, then something else. It's like a domino effect. When you think about your babies and you grateful for them, you think about the groceries you just bought, you think about your vehicles, your home, your check, and then you just constantly keep thinking of other things that you're grateful for. And all of that right there shields you from negativity. When you got so many things to be grateful for in your life, negativity can't even get in. It's just like, it's just bumping up against, the wall and stuff. It can't penetrate. Because gratitude shields you from negativity. Gratitude makes you at least 25% happier. And I just told you how. Gratitude rewires your brain. It eliminates stress and it heals. And it rewires your brain because your brain is thinking about something else now. When your brain is thinking about something else in the terms of gratitude, then it's bringing abundance and prosperity to you. So, yeah, it rewires your brain. You ain't even got it yet, but you know that it's on its way. Because when you think about something and desire something, then the cosmos is sending it right to you. Yep, I see all of our prosperity and abundance now coming right through the cosmos, down here to us. Yep. It might be dodging black holes and meteors and stuff, but it's coming. Get ready, it's coming. That prosperity, that abundance. Yep. It eliminates stress and heals. Gratitude improves your sleep. You can sleep like a baby. You can sleep like a baby when you got gratitude. You so grateful. Yeah, it's kind of like, how you say the prayer before you go to sleep, our Father that art in heaven, and then you can soundly go to sleep and stuff. Gratitude is just like that. Yeah, you just be so grateful and stuff, and you go to sleep with a smile on your face, and you look forward to the next day. You look forward to your abundance, your prosperities, what else you got to be grateful for. It's like a cycle, but we have to live in it, own it, and claim it. And gratitude is ours. And that's why I got right there. The magic word is not attitude. That's what it was. But I put for me, the magic word is gratitude. I forgot who said it was attitude. Was that the book, The Secret? Well, somewhere one of my daughters had told me about it. And gratitude, it boosts self-esteem and performance. It enhances the law of attraction. Because I just told you, whatever you're grateful for and stuff, it wants you. It's coming to you. Yes. And it improves relationships. Yeah, when you're grateful to the one that you with, whoever it is, your children, your parents, your loved one, your husband, your spouse, and you grateful to them, you just do things because you're grateful. You might pick a dandelion for them too, or when you cooking and stuff, you take them a little something to eat and stuff, a little bit of salsa that you don't hear from everybody else. Here, baby, let me let you taste this right here. Little bitty things like that, you're grateful. It improves your relationships. Mm-hmm. But that's just my little spiel on gratitude. I wrote that down too when I saw it. Yeah. And singing makes you happy too. And singing heals your body too, your organs and stuff. Yeah, so sing. Sing, sing, sing. You cannot own life. You cannot own liberty. The philosophies and their wording make me think. Yeah, I know. Oh, that's awesome too. Yeah, I think we all should get our own, we should seek our personal freedom. I think we all should seek our personal freedom so we can be free to talk, study, learn, reach out to each other how we want to. And we don't have no concern or doubts about nobody and how they feel, what they got to say. Because as Black Americans and stuff, we only got us. We only got us to worry about, and I don't really care what nobody got to say about me talking to my people now. So, reach for your personal freedom. Just think about it. I know you got financial freedom. Now you need personal freedom. And see, I got personal freedom, but now I need financial freedom. You see how that work? I'm going to give you some, honey. You can give me some too. Sure can, honey. This is it. We all about our babies and our ancestors right here. And don't forget, God plus goddess equals godring. Yep. You the God, I'm the goddess, and our babies are godring. Yeah. I'll explain it sometime. But peace and power to the people. And good night, my family. I love y'all too.